One thing I've learned over the years is that if you don't have intention with your life, then things can kind of unfold randomly. Creating the lifestyle that you desire requires living with purpose and taking control. And this can be challenging in a world that rewards conforming to society and that has so many distractions competing for your attention. I want to share some of the steps that I've taken and that I continue to take every day to create the lifestyle that makes me happy and fulfilled and that I'm proud of. I think without being really clear on my value system, I'm going to end up doing whatever is kind of sold to me or put in front of me through our society. It's a really simple step, but I think it's extremely overlooked. You can't just expect your value system to take hold of your life. I think you really have to reflect, think about what's important to you, and write it down, right? I think when you write it down, you start to kind of navigate the jumbled thoughts that are going on up here, and you're able to get clear and kind of express that deeper knowing inside of you. So when I started to write down my values, I started realizing something really interesting, and that was that the things that I valued in my life weren't really material things. I was just, going deeper into understanding what really makes me happy and what really makes me fulfilled. And a lot of that is experience over something material. And in order to have experiences, you need time. So I found that for myself, freedom of time is a big priority for me for living a fulfilled life. I value a morning that I could spend in a coffee shop, reading, writing, and just enjoying myself over having an expensive car. When you start to kind of peel back the layers and unpack these things, you start to really learn about yourself, and then you can kind of start to take action in shaping the life that you want to live surrounding this value system and surrounding the things that you feel like you really need to live the lifestyle you want to live. So, a very simple concept is if I consume less, then I need less. So, I stopped buying the new Jordans. I stopped spending a bunch of money at the bars on the weekends. And in turn, I didn't need as much money to support myself, so I didn't need to work as much. And this left me with a lot more of that time that I was after. And with that time, I spent a lot of it developing myself as a person. A lot of people don't realize how closely your business or your career is tied with your personal development. If you spend time connecting with yourself and becoming a more realized human being, you'll see a direct correlation to success in everything that you're doing in life. So the more that I grew, the more strengths I grew. And the more strengths I grew, the more people I was able to connect with and help, and the more I was able to monetize the content and everything else I was putting out into the world. But back even before StrengthSide was my full-time thing, I was constantly working on it, and I kept my motivation levels high because I knew that creating this lifestyle was more important to me than anything else. And of course, this all just creates a positive feedback loop, because the more that my business grows, the more time that it gives back to me to keep on developing myself and doing the things that make me feel like a whole person. And when I feel like a whole person, I'm able to be more creative and put more into my work. I had to get comfortable with slow progress. It definitely didn't happen all at once for me. I was working on Strength Side for 3 to 4 years before I was ready to make it my main thing I was doing. If you have super high expectations and you think it's gonna happen overnight, then most likely you're not gonna stick with it. You gotta stay in the pocket, keep grinding away. And I truly believe in the powers of manifestation. You gotta start to believe that what you believe is going to become your reality. I spent a lot of time journaling about what I wanted Strength Side to be and how I wanted it to make me feel, and just writing a lot of affirmations down that I would succeed and that everything that I wanted would come into reality. I truly believe that what is going on in our life right now is what we believe and imagine is going on in our life right now. And to get something greater than that, you just have to take steps towards believing that that is possible. I try to get outside in nature, sit down, and meditate daily. I think about the things that I'm grateful for. I think about what I want my life to look like, and I try to feel what that life feels like inside of me. It's not always perfect. Negative stuff happens all the time. But if I'm clear on my values and I live with intention, then I can kind of steer the ship even through the storms. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up and send it along to a friend. I'd love to hear where you're at in your journey. I appreciate you, and I support you in living the life you want to live, as always.